Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Watcher of the Forest. Thank you so much to everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed. I love you guys so much. And to my ancestors, angels, and benevolent spirit guides, known and unknown, thank you so much for your guidance and protection through every realm. Okay, let's get into this collective reading, okay? So we have some pretty awesome cards coming out. I did pull the cards already. Uh, because I felt the energy was there, so I might as well go and do it. So the cards we have 4, 7, 2, 9, 10, 10, 9, and 10, and 1. So that's pretty awesome. Looks like you're closing out a lot of cycles. I'm so happy for you. But let's get into it. First card is a 4 of Pentacles. Don't hold on too tightly, but remember savings are more important too, right? So don't hold on too tightly to your money, but you do need to spend some money, right? That's the only way that you can keep it circulating in your life. If you hold on too tight, it's going to stagnate, right? You're not going to bring in a lot of money to yourself, but you do want security, and you do want financial stability, right? But in order to get that, you do need to spend some money. So just don't go overboard with it, okay? And yes, you're looking for long-term investments. You want to you want to be able to uh, persevere in whatever you're doing, right? Patience is a virtue. What is yours will always come back to you. Have faith. You know, if you put your money in the stock market, well, you can't get it out, right? You can't say, "Oh, I made a mistake. I need it out," unless you're going to pay a hefty penalty, right? And who wants to do that? You'd be wasting your money, right? So, if you're going to put your money in a stock market or in your 401k, your company, just make sure that you understand that you can't get it right back out, right? So it's there to work for you, right? And it's a waiting period. It's it's for your stability, right? It's a good way for you to save money because it's like out of sight. You know, what's that saying? Um, it's out of sight, so it's out of your hands, right? So you can't really do anything about it. But you're making decisions, and you're making, I want to say, good progress in your financial aspects of your world. The world is yours to conquer, but first you must decide which path to take, right? And you did decide to go through a 401k or stock market or whatever, if you're stock market on your own, just why not go out and do it, take the risk. And how can you make a decision that aligns with your long-term goals? You just make the decision, right? We I want to say you weed out the pros and cons, right? And decide what you're going to do. And, if there's no risk, there's no reward, right? Yeah, that does apply to a lot of us. If there's no risk, there is no reward. You're just going to stay stuck and stagnant, and you're not going to even know what outcome it could have been, right? What could it have been? You have to take the risk, right? So the next we have is the Queen of Water. Be in your heart space. Be in your heart space before taking any decisions. But don't be over emotional. Yeah, you know, I think like if you can keep your emotions out of your decisions, you'll be that much further in whatever you're doing. And in this storyline, we're investing our money, right? Because we don't want to spend it all, right? It's very, very easy to spend money, right? So, will emotions be balanced and stable in the situation? Yeah, I think so. If you're putting your money in the stock market or in the 401k at your company, yeah, it is going to be stable, right? And it is going to be balanced because out of sight, out of mind, right? You put it in your company stocks or whatnot. You might think about it every now and then, but you're not going to think about it every day as if it were in your savings account and you could check on it every day, right? So just let it just let it do that. Just let it, you know, I want to say gain momentum, right? As stocks do, they gain momentum and then you get the collect the interest, right? That's your incentive right there, is to get the interest. And next we have is a nine of air. Worry and stress will not resolve the situation. You must find the solution. What fears or anxieties am I currently struggling with, and how can I confront and overcome them? Oh, geez. You know, I think we all get worried and stressed when we put money in a 401k or at the stock market, right? Because we think, oh my gosh, what if whatever I'm investing in, what if it tanks, right? What if it goes belly up and then I've lost my initial investment, my initial payment and everything, right? So I mean, everybody feels like that. You're not the only one. You might think you're the only one, but you're not. Everybody feels like that when they invest money, whether it's in the stock market or the your company 401k. Everyone feels, "Oh my gosh, did I do the right thing?" Well, only you know if you did the right thing, right? And I wouldn't worry about it. I really would not. Next is the Queen of Swords. Be sharp and discerning, able to cut through illusions and get to the heart of the matter, right? This is an illusion, right? It really is. So you're cutting through it. How can I approach the situation with wisdom and insight? Well, I think you already did. You were discerning, right? You want your independence. A good way to get it is to put some money in the stock market. I'm not saying you're going to put in your whole savings, but you can put in a quarter of it, right? And just wait it out. Just wait it out. See how much interest you gain. And you're going to extract the wisdom from that, right? Because everything is a learning lesson. Every single thing. And then look at you go. You know, joy, harmony, fulfillment, happy family life. I guess the stock market or your company 401k did very well for you. Kudos to you. You have achieved all success and happiness in your life now. Enjoy the moment. Yeah, enjoy it. Milk it, right? Will there be happiness and harmony in personal relationships? I'd say yes, right? I'd say in all relationships you're going to have happiness and harmony. Yeah. So whatever you did with the stock market or your company's 401k, it paid off for you. You chose wisely. You must have a knack for choosing which stocks. I bet you anything you went home that night and thought and asked your spiritual team, all right, spiritual team, could you please tell me what stocks I should invest in? And you gave them, say like maybe 5. Woke up the next morning and going about your business, getting dressed, making your breakfast. And all of a sudden, what comes to your intuition? Maybe 3 names of stocks. And you're like, okay, thank you for that insight. I am going to go and invest in them. And you did. And now they're paying off greatly for you. Just absolutely beautiful. So another 10. You have reached rock bottom. But the only way to go up is to go up from here. Okay, so the 10 of air, which is thoughts and stories and ideas, right? Yes, I think when you were in this, the 9 of air, you were worrying. Your thoughts were all about worry and stress, right? Well, you know what? Now that you achieved this success, right? Now you can let go of this. Because if you didn't let it go here, I'm saying you didn't. This is the 9 and this is the 10. The 10 is the end of the cycle, right? See it as that. Like you're like, I don't have to worry about this anymore. I am not at, yeah, it is an ending. Yes. It's an ending of the thoughts of what could have happened here, right? It's an ending of the stories that I told myself, because we all tell ourselves stories. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I'm losing everything? What if my family disowns me because I lost, 25% of our savings? What if, I can't make my mortgage the next month, right? After I invest in this 401k, or, um, I have a portfolio of some stocks in the stock market, right? And all your ideas. Oh, I could, if I make so much in interest, I can put an addition on the house, right? So you're letting go. It's an ending. It's the end of the cycle. You're letting go all of those ideas and stories and thoughts that you had in your head if anything went wrong, right? See it as it is. It's the end. The 10. It's the end. It's the end of those thoughts and stories and ideas, right? Because you're at success. You chose wisely. So what I want you to do is, okay, I'm going to let those stories and thoughts and ideas go, because, the ones that were not for your highest good, let's put it that way, okay? So you let them go, recognize that, you know what, it's the end of a cycle, and I'm opening up a new cycle, right? So no more thoughts on worry, no more thoughts on stress or pain or betrayal, like you didn't betray yourself, right? No more thoughts on endings, because everything positive is happening for you right now. So you can just let those go. See it as the end of the cycle, and then you're going to open up a new cycle, right? Yeah. You have been through a lot. The nine of wands. You've been through a lot and come out stronger on the other side. Yes, what challenges have you overcome? Oh my gosh, what challenges have you overcome? You've overcome this, right? You overcome uh, your strength and courage, and your perseverance, right? And what did you gain? You gained resilience, right? Because you knew if you just stuck it out, that you would end up here. And you already had a shoe in, because your intuition told you the next morning what 3 stocks to invest in, right? You had the foresight to ask your intuition, which is God talking to you, your spiritual team talking to you, and you did it, and it paid off for you, right? So those are the challenges, and those are the lessons that you learned. Always trust your intuition, right? Always, 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 always trust your intuition, because look what your intuition gave you. Home is where the heart is. How can I create financial stability, security for my family and future generations? Well, you already did it, right? 10. New cycle of growth, new cycle of stability, new cycle of material wealth, financial security. You closed out this cycle. See, when you close it out, you get this cycle, the brand new cycle, right? You know what I've said before, in every ending is a new beginning. The ending walks through the door, the beginning walks through the same door, right? And if you carried around this cycle, do you think this new cycle would come? Probably not, right? So you always need to recognize when a cycle in anything in your life, whether it's investing or stocks and bonds or whatever it is, recognize when the cycle is over. Let it go. Heal from it, right? Journal what you learned, the wisdom that you learned, and then guess what? Now this is your new cycle. 10 of Pentacles. Home is where the heart is. You can create whatever you want now, right? You can put that addition on your house. You can do whatever you want. And then the other card that I picked that came out was the Magician. No time indicated. You can manifest what you desire in your life. It's all in your hands. Yes, it is all in your hands. And I love this reading because you didn't go out and ask another person their opinion. No, when you do that, you're taking on what they think, right? But yeah, you're taking on what they think. So I want you to always lean on your own intuition. You asked your spiritual team, you asked God what to do. And then you went to bed, right? And you woke up in the morning and your spiritual team gave you 3 stocks to invest in. That's using, you know, that's using your spiritual power, right? We all have that. And I'm so happy that you stuck, you know, I want to say with your inner being, right? Within yourself to find the answers instead of asking another person. How can you use your talents to achieve your goals? Oh my gosh. You can ask your intuition anything to achieve your goals. Absolutely anything and everything, right? Manifestation, creativity, skills, and confidence. Yeah. You know, the more you ask your intuition anything in your life, personal, just anything, right? It can be do it can I I feel like I'm tongue tied, but it can be for anything, absolutely anything in your life. You can manifest whatever you desire. It's all in your hands. It is. It's all in your hands. Whatever you want to manifest, it's all in your hands. Just all of it. Just all of it. So let's pull a card. Actually, I think I'm going to pull this one first. Let's pull this money manifestation card first. Competition. Remember that there is no competition if you are truly original. Yeah, there's no competition. There's absolutely no competition in this story because you are truly original. You went and asked your spiritual team, right? You asked them for guidance. That's what makes you original. And there's no competition. How can you compete within yourself or compete with God? You can't, right? You're asking God and your spiritual team for guidance, and that's what they gave you. And you came out on top, and you always will. Every single time you ask your spiritual team, your intuition for guidance, you will always come out on top. I can guarantee you that. But if you ask other people for their opinion, it's just not going to work out, right? In anything in your life, it just won't work out. I connect with heaven. A challenging situation holds a hidden lesson for your growth. By turning inward, you can find peace and transform resentment into understanding. Embrace this moment as a step toward serenity and trust that every experience leads you closer to your true self, right? Every experience leads you closer to your true self. Yes. That's a beautiful card. Thank you for that. And let's pick one more. One more card, please, spiritual team. Hesitation or fear of failure may be blocking your next step. Trust in your ability. Yeah, you have to trust in yourself, right? So don't let the spirit of fear come into your life because it will take hold of you if you let it, right? Don't let it block your next step. Trust in your ability. Yeah, trust in your ability. Ask your spiritual team for help because, I mean, they will be so true to you. You just can't even imagine. Just can't even imagine. One more card, please, spiritual team. One more card, please. The moon's phases align with your desires. Make a wish. So make a wish. Let's do an affirmation card, okay? And we'll end this reading. That was a really good reading. Just believe in yourself. You can do it. Whatever you put your mind to, right in your heart, you can do it. Make a wish. Always talk to your intuition, your spiritual team. for guidance, suggestions, support. I am open to the endless possibilities this beautiful life the universe has to offer. Yes, yes, you are open to that, right? The endless possibilities this beautiful life and universe has to offer. And I also want to say that, the more that you trust in your intuition, trust in your spiritual team, you will keep receiving endless possibilities. I mean, there's no end. Endless possibilities, right? The universe has to offer. So thank you so much for listening. I hope this reading helped you in whatever content, I want to say, whatever content your own storyline is, right? So thank you so much, everyone. And I'll catch you on the next one.